Hi everyone, Charlie Briggs here. This video is going to be all about showing you how to take your little boat anywhere on wheels by running it or walking it. I thought about bicycle trailing it, but I realized that by running you can really squeeze through some tight gaps and get some good control. It's funny, it would seem really obvious taking your bike, your boat on the wheels anywhere you want. For some reason I only tried it with kayaks before. I never thought of doing it with an actual boat, sit inside boat, you know. So then I got this boat, which is great, Walker Bay 8 with a sail kit as well, but today I'm just using a sculling oar off the back. Anyway, enough talking. I'll show you the journey today. It's going to be a good few miles, good fun.
A few moments later.
Got to pull over sometimes and just let traffic get by. And then it's off again on the open road.
How are you going to get down the hill with it?
Well, there's not enough rain to boat downhill, so I guess I'll just have to run it or something. Or skateboard it, I don't know. We'll get to that next.
I'll tell you something, I've never seen someone run with a boat down here.
Yeah, I think it's the first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, see ya. Yeah guys, normally I just run non-stop, but I'll take a moment to explain to you the intricacies of pulling it. So what I generally do is pull with one hand, and the problem with that is obviously that invokes a twist in the back, gives you very asymmetrical, and it's especially bad when you're pulling such a big load. So what I try and do up very steep hills, if I do not have a harness on, is get both hands sort of behind me, both of them, and just grab the front and then pull while walking. And because when you walk you don't have that swing you have when you're running, so if you have both hands symmetrically behind you when walking, there's no twist, you get good pull. It's like being in low gear, you know. But obviously when running, because of the swing, you need to take one hand off, use the other one to swing, use the other one to pull. So what you do is you just swap over occasionally, swap over every, I don't know, 20 seconds or so, 30 seconds, just to give you, just to keep it creates some net symmetry over the journey with your body. And what I've done now is also experimented with just this luggage strap put around my waist. I found my waist to be the best point. That's for now. I might experiment with something else in the future, but anyway, put a carabiner on. Once I've tied these off with a bungee, put the carabiner here, so it's like a tow hitch, and it goes straight to my waist, back of my waist, and then that's for running up very steep hills, driving with both arms, getting lots of, you know, proper running power with no twist in the back. So I save that for the very steep inclines. Oh, forgot to say another thing about the dolly, guys. So it's a normal kayak dolly I use. It's rated up to 60 kilograms. The boat's 32 kilograms empty with no attachments. It's probably about 45 to 50 as we see it now. So yeah, the dolly's within limits. Had to make up a wooden frame just attached to it, just so it can cradle the boat. Different boats have different hull shapes and keel features, so you just might need to work that out on a one boat to one boat basis. Running with it downhill is fun. Yeah, I mean, it's nice and relaxing, obviously no load, but you've got to be prepared to hit the brakes and decelerate all of that boat if a car suddenly comes the other way. So when it's wet ground like this, I try and avoid slipping on the leaves and so on. Oh, here comes a van. So slowly brake. No problem. Managed to avoid the leaves there. Some people might say, why bother running? Well, for me, it allows me to combine exercise with boating, which is great. Do I save much time running? Well, a little bit. Hang on a sec. So I just turn it around like this, walk backwards, let them pass. Yeah, I save a little bit of time running. I say a little bit as opposed to a lot, because I have to factor in the time it takes to warm up, cool down before and after the running sections when I'm on land, so that eats up time. Whereas walking, you don't really have to bother too much with. You won't get much of a sweat on, I presume, walking. So if you're not physically able to run, it doesn't matter. I'd still recommend doing this and just getting a walk on. Make sure it's nicely balanced on the dolly so you're not having to lift too much weight. Works a treat.
You know something we've done?
Yeah, flood's coming. Yeah. Yeah. Hi everyone, so this is the busy main stretch of road that I take on the way to the water. Luckily the pavement's pretty good all the way, so I don't have to go out into the road at all on this route. Quite far into the journey. I don't use a smartphone or smartwatch or GPS or any of that rubbish, so I don't know exactly how far, but I'll check on Google Maps when editing and write it here on the screen. This is kind of a duck in and out situation where the gap between cars and fence on the pavement's a bit narrow, so I've got to dip onto the road in and out parked cars. It's fine though. Getting through these bollards ahead is a little bit tight. I'll show you. Oh. About a centimetre or two to spare either side. Very good. Perfect pull-up bar on the way. Come up to a bit of an obstacle here. Don't know if I'll make it through this one. Oh. Oh. Will it? Yeah, guys, it slid through. It actually slid through. Let's get the row lock out of the way. Wow. Oh, tightest squeeze in my adventures so far. Okay, back to the run. Well, I made it, guys, to my start point. It's very nice. Farncombe by Godalming. It's another town a few miles away from home. So I just got to get it through another tiny squeeze. And then in the water.
A few minutes later.
Hi guys, I kind of did everything quickly, and now I'm just filming. Now I'm back on the river, so I put the boat in, and after stretching off a bit, I haven't even had time to change into dry clothes from these sweaty things because I've got to get moving, because I realised en route that I'd forgotten my head torch. It's pretty unlike me to forget something because I double check very carefully, but I was late getting out today because I had to fix something at home, so I was in a rush, and then of course forgot it. So I do have a backup light, but it's only really good for signalling. It's not good for seeing where I'm going, so I'm going to have to use some of this remaining light after sunset to make it back. It's 2:30 now, and it's going to get dark around 4:40. So yeah, I'm in a bit of a rush basically. I'm hoping I'll be able to show you everything, including the epic hills to run this up on the way home later, are going to be tough. I love it, look forward to it. So here's single oar sculling. Might do another video on this, how to do it at some point. But if you want to learn it, you just need a row lock at the back or a sculling notch, some kind of a notch at the back. Practical Boat Owner on YouTube did a really good tutorial on it. That's what taught me. So it's great. You just need one oar and you can see where you're going. It's not quite as powerful as rowing, but I love it. It's an ancient art. So going downstream, already making good progress. See that fork in the river behind me? On to the left, that's where the flow from the weir at the lock where I put in comes out from. So that's joined the river now, and got good current now, and so you can see the speed over the ground is really not bad for just a bit of one hand sculling. I would be faster, but I've got the wind against me right now. I've got my umbrella, which is reinforced with string. I use that as an air brake sometimes when going downhill on a skateboard, and it makes a good downwind sail on the boat. Not a lot of area, but very quick to stow and easy to manage. It's great. So if I get a downwind spell, I'll be able to deploy that maybe. I think I'll have a bite to eat. I brought some bars and a couple of bananas, some water, and a hot coffee in a flask. I was hoping to have a more leisurely winter float down the river, but I'm going to have to keep good pace the whole way because, as I said, I'm pretty late. Water. My backup light I talked about, that's just a bicycle light, but at least I'll be able to signal to cars later. Munch, flapjacks, nanas, coffee. Hopefully still hot. When I'm drifting with the water, I can use a drawing scull technique, just to have a bit of control when the wind takes me away from the center of the river. It's the same technique used by canoes, kayaks, and you can do it with a single oar. It's great for just maneuvering sideways, backwards, that kind of thing. Yeah, nice and hot. I got it right. Good. Water depth under this bridge is about 1.20 meters. Right guys, coming up to the first lock, so I will pull the boat out. I slide it over this plastic thing down here, put it on the edge of the wall so as to protect the hull. Then this has got a wheel built into the back of the keel underneath. A little wheel which so I can roll the boat along on its back, on its rear wheel to the other side of the lock, or I could put it on the dolly temporarily. So a couple of options, then just slide it in the other side. That's the junction of the River Wey and the River Arun here in Shalford, near Guildford. I just noticed this nice boat. I think it's a sailing boat with the mast unstepped. I think that's a mast. I could be completely wrong with that. I mean, I can see a transom for an outboard, a long shaft outboard like a sailboat would normally have. I could be completely wrong. That might be a motorboat, just has a backup motor bracket. Let me know in the comments. It'd be nice if that was a sailing boat. Not sure. Anyway, nice part of the river. Just about to go through Shalford, and then it'll be Guildford.
Later.
It's getting a bit dark now. I've been making good progress down the river, but yeah, because I started so late. Yeah, this hasn't quite turned out as I'd hoped. I need to start a lot earlier next time, but that's okay. It's been really nice. Been munching away and having more coffee, and I will get out the river earlier than expected, but I'll probably still take the long hilly route back running, so I'll get that exercise aspect, hopefully, at least. I'll pull out the river early just because I don't want to navigate on the river underway when it's dark. Should be getting dark in about 10-15 minutes, I think. Just entering Guildford now. Hi guys, I pulled the boat out in Guildford town, fairly central, so it's getting very dark now, and this is where I'll get out and start running back using my backup light and street lighting, which will hopefully be sufficient. Check out this goose. Just came over when I pulled the boat out. It's expecting some food, I think. Hello goose. Okay, got it set up on the wheels, and the goose is still here. Hello. Not very talkative, are you? He's a bit camera shy, I think. Just pulled it out the river and about to go up the first steep hill on the way home, and there's a car blocking the road. So the boat's just too wide for the path, so this is a problem with a beamy boat like this compared to a kayak or canoe. It's alright though. Hey everyone, well, turns out that the route I took to avoid cars has taken me to the top of the downs, the south of Guildford, which I've got to get over, which means that I've already done the hill. You know those times where you're looking forward to this really nasty hill between you and home, and then you accidentally bypass it by going up another hill? I hate it when that happens. So now I've got to go down the King Hill and run back up, because I've got to feel that burn. The belt's doing well, the strap. Just use a big old carabiner, and when I want to tug both hands free, just clip it on the bungee I've got attached to the painter at the front. So I'll go down this hill and enjoy coming back up, and then go home. I've gone to the bottom of the hill. It's time to go back up it. The Charlie train's coming through. Choo choo. Well, that's it. Going up the hill. I had to do that hill because I love it. It's one of those hills where it's just straight up. It disappears over the crest, and you can see all the pain that's ahead because the visibility is so good. I love it. All right, on the final stretch now, although it's pretty long. Oh, it's going to be quite a few rural paths, so this will be interesting. Alright guys, I found my basic phone with the LED torch on the front, so I've got a backup front light. I've got the red going at the back. So should be ready for the country single track road ahead, which is one of a few roads between me and home. Here we go. Hey, so I'd stop down this road and show you what the road looks like with the boat alone. Oh, it's quite something. Here comes another car. Oh, no way! No way! What are the odds of that? What are the odds? Oh, that was unfortunate. Whew.
6.5 hours later.
Well everyone, that's it. I'm back. I don't know how many miles it's been. I'll put the number of miles up on screen now. Hope you've enjoyed the video. I love taking the boat out. I'm so glad I discovered what should have really been very obvious, as I said earlier. I mean, why not just use little wheels? There's always the space on the pavement and road where necessary to take it, so you can go boating anywhere. I've gone boating in just little ponds. I've been boating in water features with inflatables in the past, and taken this lovely rigid boat with its nice beam and spacious interior. You know, it's great. You can chill out, as you saw, with coffee, snacks and drift, and sailing it's great too. I'll show that in another video later. Anyway, I'm just babbling because I love it so much. So great exercise, great boating. So see you in the next video. Bye bye.